y'all, welcome to Sharing Hope. I'm Whitney Miller, Season 1 winner of Fox's MasterChef and a Medi-Share member. And I'm also a mom. And I'm right there with you, looking for creative meals that I can easily put together for my family. And I have just the perfect one for you. It's my sweet potato fried nachos. So let's get cooking. Okay, Miller, you can go see Daddy. So I'm going to use something that is so simple, sweet potato fries that are frozen. So you're just going to find them in your freezer section in the grocery store. Now these are definitely a hot commodity because I have had to search everywhere for them myself. And if you can't find them, you can easily make sweet potato fries at home. Check out whitneymiller.com. You can find my recipe for baked sweet potato fries. So you just want to line a baking sheet with parchment paper for easy cleanup, because who doesn't love that? And just spread your fries into an even layer. Then I've preheated my oven to 425. And these are going to bake for 18 to 20 minutes. Again, who doesn't love a meal that is quick and easily put on the table? So in 25 minutes, your meal is ready. And it's also delicious. You can really go any direction with your nachos. But I've decided to top mine with ground chicken. So ground chicken is a great choice for a protein because it's not only healthy, but it also quickly cooks in a pan. So I'm going to get a non-stick skillet. And add my chicken. Now, while you're cooking your chicken, you want to make sure that you break it up into crumbles because you want to make sure you have pieces of the ground spiced chicken all over the top of your nacho fries. I'm just taking the spoon and then just breaking up the pieces. So this is going to take about 5 minutes. Now, I've already put together my spices. It's going to give this that Mexican spice flavor. For my homemade Mexican seasoning, I have smoked paprika, a teaspoon of that, a teaspoon of Mexican chili powder. I have garlic powder and onion powder, 3/4 teaspoon both. I have 3/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and that's it. Now I'm going to take these spices and season this cooked ground chicken. The spices are going to give it such great flavor. So just cook it for about a minute so those spices do not taste like they are not cooked. You don't want them to have that raw flavor. And then just set your pan aside and we're going to prepare the other toppings. So the ground chicken is now cooked. Let's work on the pico de gallo. So I like to use grape tomatoes because I feel like they're sweeter, especially since we're not in tomato season, and they're easier to cut. So let's get started. So we're going to cut a cup of the grape tomatoes, and I'm just going to cut them into slices. You get about 3 slices per grape tomato. And this way they'll hold their shape. If you cut them lengthwise, they're really just going to have those little seeds go everywhere. And I'm using a tomato knife, and if you're not familiar with the tomato knife, you need one in your life. This makes cutting tomatoes so much easier. It's serrated, so it has a really sharp blade, so make sure you have all your little fingers out of the way. But cutting tomatoes, so much easier using this serrated tomato knife. So just add these to a bowl, and then we'll cut our onion. So now we're going to cut an onion, and this is something everyone always asks. How do you cut an onion? So first I like to half the onion, and it makes it where the skin easily comes off. Then the one thing you want to do is keep this root part intact. Now you're going to trim off the other side. And for dicing, you want to take and make 2 cuts. One this way, give a little bit more space, and one down. So now you have 2 cuts this way. Then we're going to come back and take your blade and we're going to make cuts this way. Now this is going to determine the size of your onion. So if you want dice, they need to be closer together. If you're wanting cubes, which is what I'm wanting, you do them a little bit further apart. So the proper way to cut an onion is to make sure your knuckles are facing the blade. Do not have your fingers. And you're going to hold the onion with your pinky and your thumb. And all you want to do is just press down, straight down with your blade. Again, kind of grab those sides. If any little loose pieces, just put them aside and you can chop those finer later. And these are all uniform in size, which is what you want. This is how a MasterChef cuts an onion. Now I'm going to add some fresh cilantro. You want about 2 tablespoons. And just give it a quick little chop. And then you just want to season with some salt. And give it a quick little stir. And that is pico de gallo. Okay, y'all, so now the pico de gallo is done, and we're ready to top those baked sweet potato fries. Now, I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement. Do not stress in the kitchen. Nothing has to be so perfect that you stress while making your meal. Enjoy the process. Bring your kids in. My son, Miller, loves cooking with me. And I always give him something to do that he can do according to his age. So whether it's stirring in a pot or whisking in a bowl, give them something to do and they'll feel like they're a part of helping make the meal. Also, they can set the table or even help load the dishwasher. Because you know what, moms, we need the extra little bit of help. And it can really make that cooking process a lot easier. Okay, so we're going to have the cheese. We have some shredded cheddar cheese. And it's just about 1/3 of a cup that we're going to put on top of those baked sweet potatoes. So let's get them out of the oven. So y'all, these are nice and crispy. And it took, again, about 18 to 20 minutes for this to get crispy in the oven. So quick and easy. And now let's top them. So let's take this seasoned ground chicken and cover the tops of the sweet potato waffle fries. So I had to be dairy-free for my son. So I'm only going to add the shredded cheddar cheese on 1/2, and the other half I'm going to add goat cheese. This will just bake in the oven for 2 or 3 minutes or until the cheese melts. And while the cheese melts, we're going to make the guacamole. Now, I love guacamole, and I can put it on just about anything. From eggs to breakfast tacos to burgers, guacamole is amazing. And kids even love it, and it's a good fat. So you can feel good about giving it to your kids. So let me show you how to quickly and easily make homemade guacamole. So I'm using 2 ripe avocados to make my guacamole. And what you want to look for in a ripe avocado is that if you push it, it just makes a little impression. You don't want it too ripe or it's going to be black on the inside. So we're just going to take it and half it, and then we'll de-seed it. And carefully, you're going to cut cubes into the avocado. If you're not comfortable with that, you can go ahead and take it out, but I think this just makes it easier. Now scoop out this delicious soft pulp into a bowl. The easiest way to remove the seed is just use your fingers. So just take a fork and you're going to mash the avocados. Now this is not the ripest of avocados, but you kind of take what you get at the grocery store. So I'm adding a little bit more pressure than I really would have to. After you mash the avocado, then we're going to add some fresh lime juice. This helps prevent browning and also gives a nice zest to the guacamole. Next, I'm going to add some garlic powder. And then salt. Just going to give this a quick little stir. And then lastly, some fresh cilantro to really make it come alive. And I'm just going to tear it with my fingers. Y'all, guacamole is so good. And it's so easy to make. And I'm just going to quickly cut up some spinach leaves. If you just stack them on top of each other, then you can get some nice strips. Give them a little bit of a roll. Another stack, a little bit of a roll. The cheese is melted on those sweet potato waffle fries, and now we're ready to top the nachos. So I have that pico de gallo, homemade guacamole, and the spinach leaves. And my son Miller's gonna come help me with the toppings. Come on, Miller. Let me get that waffle fries out of the oven.
Waffle fries?
Yeah, do you like waffle fries?
What are those called?
And sweet potatoes?
Yeah, what are those called?
Ooh, okay, let's back up a little bit.
Time to make some nachos.
Okay, so I'm going to make a portion for myself with that goat cheese. And then, of course, for my husband and Miller, y'all can have that shredded cheddar cheese.
Yummy.
Yummy. But you like goat cheese too, don't you, Miller?
Oh, yeah. I like cheddar cheese and goat cheese.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite. Now time to top it.
So now we're going to top it with, okay, let's do some of this pico de gallo.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I like that.
Okay, can you do that?
Tap in it.
Yeah. So delicious, isn't it, Miller? And y'all, kids are more likely to eat vegetables if they help either grow them or cook with them. Okay, let me help you, Miller. All right, now let's top it with the guacamole. Miller, you love this, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, give me a lot of guacamole. I like it. Need help? Yay! Okay, just a little bit more.
And then after guacamole, do that.
Yes, the spinach. Add some of the spinach, Miller. Oh, wow, that's a lot of spinach, bud.
Oh, it's good.
It does look good. Okay, Mommy's ready to take a bite. Oh my goodness, let's get everything in there, Miller. The guacamole, the pico de gallo, that ground chicken, that season.
Try it. Is the chicken a little spicy?
Mm-mm.
But it...
That's perfect, Miller. You want a bite?
One taste of it. Good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all. Now we're going to go enjoy this together as a family. I hope you saw how quick and easy it was to put together. Even your little ones can help. Thank y'all so much for joining me today in the kitchen. For more of these recipes, visit WhitneyMiller.com.